And let me say this about the so-called bipartisan process. You are aware, and all of us are aware indeed, that in the election of August 2022, upwards of 8 million Kenyans who are registered voters did not vote. So the question is, how can Parliament pretend to be representing those people and yet we do not know to which political formation they belong? And that's why we are saying that unless that bipartisan process is opened up to include external players, including the church, the student unions, the workers, the youth, the women, and everybody else, they cannot be allowed to proceed. And that is going to be the point of departure. That process can only be an extra-parliamentary process. In any case, we know that Parliament has never offered solutions to this country whenever we have wanted solutions. As a matter of fact, Parliament has on many occasions been an impediment to the country's progress. And therefore, the Parliament of Kenya cannot pretend to be an alpha or omega. We must open up those discussions to include everybody else who don't subscribe to either Azimio or Kenya Kwanza. Sinamna hiyo. La pili, the current economic situation that we are facing, which has resulted in the government for the first time in our history failing to pay its workers, is directly linked or related to that election of August last year and its outcome, which we have rejected. Because anywhere else in the world, when a regime comes into power, it must first inspire confidence. If it is a legitimate administration, it must be able to reassure the investors, the business, the market, without even saying or doing anything. What we have seen with the Kenya Kwanza regime is the exact opposite. It has scared away everybody else, the investors, the market, and we have got a lot of uncertainty, which can only be addressed by opening up the server. And on the matter of the server, Your Excellency Baba, we are aware that Venezuelans have been here for the past 3 or so weeks. They were sent to come and try to tamper with the server, so that eventually, if the pressure is too much on them, they can open it up, and then we find falsified records. Those Venezuelans, we have been on their track. We have been trailing them. They have been able to escape our dragnet. The last 2 weeks or so, they were staying in a hotel in Kileleshwa. When they realized we are on their tracks, they moved. They are on the run, but they are still in the country. We are also aware that they have had a meeting with the former CEO of IEBC. They have equally had a meeting with the former chairman of IEBC. So we want to caution them, wherever they are and their sponsors, that they are in our radar. And we cannot allow this country to move on unless and until we open up the server and get the true position. Wangapi makwaya na mimi? Finally, we want to agree with those who have spoken here before us that we can scale the stairs as we chew gum. We can negotiate in an extra-parliamentary process as we continue with the people's actions out here. And we, members of the Azimio Parliamentary Group, are going to be in the forefront alongside fellow actors. We also have with us a message of solidarity that has been sent by Kenyans in the diaspora, led by Madam Comfort Munoro Mwangi, who is currently in the US. They had an online meeting yesterday of Kenyans in the diaspora who support this movement with the MDD, Bunge la Wananchi, and many other actors. And they have sent a speech which should have been read here, but because of time we shall share it out after this. And therefore, with those preliminary remarks, allow me to just ask 2 MPs, one representing the National Assembly, who is Honorable Aladwa, to come and just say a jambo, and the leader of minority coalition in the Senate, the Honorable Senator Stewart Mazayo. Just 1 minute each before I give the microphone back to the Honorable Waziri Eugene Wamalwa to proceed with the program. Thank you.
Asante Mheshimiwa Wandayi. Hamjambo wote. Mimi nataka kusema mambo matatu kwa sababu viongozi wako hapa na wale wameitwa wote wamezungumza kulingana na mahali umetoka.